Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me here on USB Unaffiliated Sports Broadcast. I hope everybody's having a great day. Hope everybody had a good evening last night for the 24th celebrations that go on here in the state of Utah. Hope everybody stayed safe. Hope everybody's having a great day. Hey, listen, I am super excited for today's interview. Okay. Um, we usually look for younger athletes who we want to keep our eye on, and we generally don't really get the opportunity to see them this early on in their high school careers. But this young lady that we have this evening, she's already getting there. I mean, she's making an impact on these teams early on in her career so far, and I think she's got all the makings of a future star to be. So she's a multi-sport athlete. In basketball, she had 30 for varsity. She had 35 points, 17 rebounds, 11 assists, and 23 steals. I know she played a lot in the underclassmen age levels there too. For softball and varsity, she had 27 runs, five RBIs, one home run, 10 stolen bases, and a batting average of 667. This is all according to Max Preps, okay? So if any of this is incorrect, I do apologize. But for soccer on the varsity level, that's where she really, I think, made the biggest impact for the varsity squad. She had 20 goals on the season, and crazy enough, she was actually second with that behind another freshman. So that part of it was really cool. There's a lot of promise, I think, for this soccer program moving forward with those two. But she had 20 goals, three assists, and it said 43 points. So I'm super excited to have her on the show. I hope you guys are excited to be here and partake in this interview. So without any further ado, I want to make sure that we get her in here and yeah, let's just get her talking. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to our guest this evening, number three, Kamry Allen. How you doing, young lady?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm better now that I unmuted your audio. I'm sorry. And I didn't even get the clapping in there. Dang, I'm really messing this up. Let's try this again. Let's try this again. We're going to just do it again. Nope, nothing. All right. Well, sorry. I messed that up. That's my
No, it's
bad.
okay. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, so first things first, right out the gate. You already said you're doing good, but I don't think the audience heard that. How's your summer been so far?
It's been good. I've been keeping busy. So,
Yeah. I think I saw you at the basketball 3-on-3 tournament. Was that right?
yep, I had a pretty good team we had there.
Yeah. How did you guys end up doing?
I think we took like fourth or fifth. We got pretty close to the championship, but we lost in the semis, I think.
Okay. Okay. Way better than I ended up doing with my team. I'll tell you that much. Um, no, that's awesome. That's fantastic. All right. Well, so tell us a little bit about yourself. Something that we might not find on a stat line.
I'm a three-sport athlete. I'm going into my sophomore year. I just like to hang out with people, hang out with my friends, family, go outdoors. And I like to travel a little bit.
What's your go-to uh, activity to do? That's not sports. When you go out and hang out with your friends, what's your go-to thing? What do you do?
We'd like to watch movies. Sometimes we play pickleball. Just be competitive, to be honest.
Are you competitive with the movie watching too, or is it just pickleball?
No, maybe not movie watching, but
That's fair. That's fair. So with soccer coming up, I was looking through the stats, and you stood out to me, and I already knew that I wanted to talk to you because of what I'd seen with basketball. Okay, so please feel
mhm.
free to talk about all the sports that you do. We're just looking at soccer because that's coming up. Okay, but I already knew that I wanted to talk to you because of what I'd seen you do with basketball. Um, so coming in, obviously into the soccer season, what's your biggest motivation, because you're involved in several sports. So, what's your biggest motivation to
Yeah.
keep doing all that?
My biggest motivation is probably just the support I get. I get a lot of support, from my family, from the community, all my friends. Everyone's always there. That just kind of keeps me going.
Okay, okay. So out of all the sports that you do, because I know that you do basketball, I know that you do softball and soccer. Do you
Yeah.
do anything else?
Nope, just those three.
You're not on like the ping pong championship team or anything.
I don't know, maybe I should be, pretty good at that.
You'd probably kill it. You'd probably kill it. Okay, so out of all those sports that you do, if you had to pick one, what would it be, and how hard of a decision would that be for you to make?
I'd probably have to say basketball. Probably, yeah, probably have to go basketball. But it's definitely a hard decision, because I started off with soccer, so that one was kind of like my first love, and then, I spent lots of time with softball, had some great teammates, so all of them are pretty tough to choose from, but I'd have to go with basketball.
Sure, sure. So what is it about basketball that you enjoy so much?
I think just the teammates, the memories, the competitiveness, the pace, it's super fun getting the work in.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, hey, you're pretty dang good at it from what I've seen. Um,
Thank you, thank you.
I'm definitely excited to see because I didn't get to any soccer last year, so I'm definitely excited to get there and check you ladies out, how you guys play on the field, and because you guys did pretty good last year. So yeah, I'm assuming you're
Yeah.
pretty good at soccer too, but I know you're pretty good at basketball. So who in your life has been your biggest inspiration when it comes to being an athlete?
I'll probably have to say my older sister. I had an older sister and an older brother growing up, but I'll definitely have to say my sister, because we've just been in the same sports, and I always watched her when I was growing up.
And she's doing big things too, right? Isn't she up in college, if I understand correctly?
Yeah, she's on her third year in college, so yeah, playing basketball there.
Well, it sounds like you have a great role model to look up to, and I'm sure that it comes as no surprise that she's your inspiration. That's pretty fantastic. So, all right.
Yeah.
So again, sticking with soccer, right? Because that's what we're getting into. So last season,
Mhm.
like I said, your team did pretty good. You guys went 11-6 on the season. You went 5-5 in region. How do you feel about that season, and what do you think your team learned that'll make you all better this coming season?
It was definitely a really good season. We had a lot of good things that happened that season, and we were super young, I think, and like we had a new coach and all. Um, but I think we learned a more like a tempo. You gotta have a faster tempo. Gotta be a little more sharper on building things up, and like those little passes and little things on the field.
And is that something that you've been working in the off season, or is that something you were kind of just waiting for until like I don't know, training camp or something?
Yeah, definitely getting my speed up has probably been a big thing in the off season, but the building with the team has probably been more at like open gyms and like off season practices.
Okay, okay. So according to Max Preps, you had an impressive 20 goals on the season. Um, and as a freshman, in fact, both your leaders were freshmen. You and Lindsay
Hmm.
Wangsgard, I think I said that right.
Hmm.
What clicked for you, and what do you think it was that made the two of you as successful as you were?
Me and Lindsay actually have been like really good friends off the field too. I think that chemistry is just so strong because we played together, a few years before high school ball. Like we had a comp team that we were both on in, just Twilla, and we're just good friends off the field. So that helps out. I think it gives us a better advantage.
So that chemistry was already there, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I think that chemistry helped us work well together.
How did that fit with the rest of the team when you guys got in there? Then do you think that it complemented it, or was it kind of like a little bit of a struggle because you two were used to each other, but maybe not used to the rest of the team type thing?
It definitely took a second to get up with everyone else's speed, but I think we just ended up clicking. It kind of just comes off with off of the field relationships that you have that kind of helps build on field relationships.
No, for sure. I understand that. That makes complete sense to me. So coming into this season, it looks like a lot of the team will be back. You didn't have, if I remember right, it was like five-ish seniors, if I recall correctly. So it looks like a
Yeah.
lot of the team will be coming back. Does that excite you for the possibility of maybe doing even better this year?
Yeah, it's definitely exciting. It's definitely exciting to see. Our offense is super young, so our offense will definitely return and probably be stronger. And most of the seniors that we had last year were mainly defenders, except for like one. But I think our next set of like defenders are definitely a good set, and they'll be ready for our season.
Okay. Okay. So defense is what you're saying is probably going to take the biggest hit, if anything.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. All right. So last year your team seemed to struggle against Morgan and Ogden pretty significantly. What was it about those games that made it so difficult for your team? And what did you guys learn collectively that you hope to see and improve upon this season?
Um, I think it's their speed. Their speed and they're super physical. And Morgan and Ogden are both really good teams. But yeah, definitely their speed. Not even just like them, but like their passes and their strength. Yeah, they're just a good team. But
Do you think that was
I think
because they've been playing for a while, or were they pretty young like you guys were?
most of them were older. We had a senior night at their field, and they had lots of seniors as well, especially in Morgan. I think.
Okay. Okay. Well, that might be something we keep an eye on. Then I didn't mean to cut you off, by the way. I apologize.
Very good.
So what game, win or loss, do you feel your team played their best all around team game last year, and why?
Uh, I'll probably say Cyprus. We had a really good game against Cyprus. Probably we ended up going into overtime, but I think it was such a good game because it was a tough game, like a physical game, and it was so physical that we ended up losing a player on the field due to a red card. So we had to finish the game 10 on 11, but we rallied together and won it in overtime.
Right on. I think that's a, excuse me, I'm sorry. I think that's a pretty good example of a game that stands out for sure. If you lose a player, you're down one, and you still end up picking up the win. I think it's a heck of a game there. So, coming
Yeah.
into this season, I know you guys will open up against Deseret Peak on the 4th,
Mhm.
according to Max Preps at least, and then you'll play play another intercounty rivalry game against Stansbury 2 days later. But what game this season are you looking forward to the most, and why is that?
I'll probably have to go with those two county games, because last year we didn't play anyone in our town. And it's always fun playing county rivals, see people people you've seen around.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, they're a good time. I really think they're a good time as a spectator. So I always ask every person that I interview. I like to ask that question just to see if it's maybe just me being crazy, or if you guys actually enjoy them as much as we do.
Oh yeah,
Right on,
yeah,
right
it's
on.
definitely a fun game right there.
Sure, and you know, I know we talked with Macy Gustin last night, and she said she was pretty familiar with
Mhm.
most of the players. I assume you probably are too. You said your comp team was in Twilla, is that correct?
Yeah, it was like a Twilla County team.
So there's probably a lot of players from that team probably just spread out. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So our goal, and I say our, like it's not just me doing this, but our goal here at USB is to help get people out and watch you ladies play, watch the gentlemen play their games. We're just trying to
Mhm.
get spectators out there because I know that creates an environment that players absolutely showcase their best efforts in. If you could send a message to the community to get them out there and get them to check out these games, what would that message be?
Mhm. Um, our team is just super energetic. I think we're like so energetic that we're so fun to watch. There's a lot of emotion in our games. We definitely put a lot of shots up, at the goal, and I think that's what people like to see is the shots at goal, and you make it competitive. So.
Okay. Okay. Now, I know in yesterday's interview we were talking about some of the dilemmas that soccer I think faces. You guys play a lot of your games at 3:30. Um,
Mhm.
is it looking like it's going to stay that way, or are they coming up with any ideas to maybe push it a little later to increase attendance, or do they just not really have an idea at all, in your opinion, I guess?
Um, not I haven't heard too much about that, but most of it I think might stay at 3:30. But we are moving. I think there's some games that might be moved to the football field, so we might have lights for a little bit of like later games.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, because that was my question. I mean, it's, I work a regular job, and I'm assuming most people's parents and other fans work a regular job too, right? 3:30 is a pretty tough
Mhm.
time to get there. I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think it explains the students. The students could definitely make that, but
Mhm.
yeah, as far as like other spectators from the community, I think that's a tough time to really get out there and support. So just trying to
Yeah.
brainstorm ideas. If anybody gives you crap, let me know. We'll talk to them. It's just ideas. But
All right.
so there's always things to improve that can help, right? What is something that
Mhm.
you believe would improve the team overall if implemented?
I think just having a stronger foundation, getting the ball to move quicker, getting more physical out there, just having a good chemistry in between the team.
And do you have do you have an idea of how to implement that?
Probably just lots of time with each other, starting as early as we can. I think our tryouts were only moved to one day, so we could start as quick as possible and start to get to know each other as good as we can.
Okay, all right. That sounds good to me. I mean, that's well thought out, and it sounds like you have a plan. So
Yeah.
that's the most important thing. I've asked that question in the past, and I think some players think I'm trying to get them to talk dirt on their program. I'm definitely not.
Mhm.
I'm definitely not. I think there's
Yeah.
always things that you can do better, and I think to hear it from the people within the organization is the best place to start because everybody has an idea, but it's you guys that really probably have the idea. So
Yeah.
thank you for answering that. Like I said, we've got some
Mhm.
weird reactions sometimes. So, what are your personal goals as you head into this next year?
Uh, I'll probably look at being a better leader, you know, talking more on the field and communicating, helping my teammates get better, but still putting up numbers like the same or even higher than last year with the same like amount of goals and assists.
Okay. Okay. Do you feel like the fact that you play multiple sports maybe will help you with developing into becoming a better leader?
Yeah, it definitely has, especially, you know, like getting a team rallied, getting, energy. It's definitely helped in other sports too.
So who's another player that you think we should be on the lookout for? Because we're already watching you. You're doing great things, and we
hmm
know you're going to do even better things in the coming years. But who else should we be on the lookout for?
I'll have to say probably Charlotte Lee. She was super young last year, freshman, and it was her first year of actually playing soccer. But she developed a great defender throughout the season, and I think that the next season she'll just become even better.
Okay. Well, I wrote that down so I don't forget it. Do you happen to know her number off the top of your? I could probably find it later, but if not,
No, I do not off the top of my head.
oh dang it! All right. Guess I'll have to do some research. All right. Well, no, that's awesome. Like I said,
Yeah.
it looked like you guys had a lot of returning players coming in, a
Mhm.
lot of younger players that are going to be around for quite some time. So that's exciting to
Mhm.
see, definitely.
Yeah.
Now, one of my favorite questions that I like to ask athletes: every team has a player that is irreplaceable to the team. They may not stand out on
Mhm.
the stat line. Maybe they do, maybe they don't, right? And they may not always be known. Who on your team, in your opinion, would you say is that player?
Definitely Lindsay Orton, I'd say. I mean, she was a captain last year. She's super good at, holding our team together, holding players accountable, and she still puts up those great stat numbers, lots of goals, assists coming from the middle of our field.
Okay. All right. Well, got that written down because if I don't write it down, I will forget. We will keep an eye out there for Lindsay because, like I said, I haven't been able to get to soccer before. I'm super excited to be able
Yeah.
to get out there and do that. So I'm not familiar with your
Hmm.
guys' roster, so I'm really looking
Yeah.
for players that we can hopefully get on here at a later date as the season goes on and talk with them. So we will definitely keep our eye on Lindsay Orton. Okay, so usually I ask this with the older players, but being as you're relatively younger, we're gonna
Hmm.
switch it. We're gonna switch it up a bit. Okay, so who would you
Hmm.
say was a player that maybe mentored you or pushed you to be the best you could be when you came in as a freshman? Because that's got to be a tough thing, right? Coming in as a freshman.
Yeah, definitely. When I think of a player who pushed me, I'd probably say Maddie Eggett, who was a senior last year, so she's not coming back, but she was our middle defender. So at practices, we'd get matched up. We'd go head to head, get a little competitive.
Was there ever any situations like you'd see in the movies, right, where it's like the upperclassmen's bullying the lower classmen, and you got to go in there and prove yourself, and there's like a whole hour and a half long hero epic. Was there anything like that?
No, I don't think it was. I don't know why I'd say bullying. She definitely gave me a hard time, but just being physical, messing around, but definitely pushed me to be better.
No, right on. I mean, listen, sometimes you get, being tough is taken the wrong way. You know what I mean? Some people think that it
Yeah, yeah,
means something else, but a lot of times people see the best in other people sometimes, I think. So that's awesome.
yeah,
Okay, so you said she's a senior, or she was a senior, so she's finished
yeah.
now, right? Um,
Hmm.
so I mean, do you feel like there's a void now, or do you just feel like you got to fill the shoes?
I think it's just fill the shoes. Next man up. She's a great defender, but we've got people ready next in line. They're ready to go.
Okay, okay. Well, we will definitely keep an eye out for that. So, if you could send advice to any player looking to be successful, because you truly have been successful, you've
Yeah.
come in at a very young age. Sure, you didn't see, in basketball, you didn't see a ton of minutes, but the minutes that you did see
Mhm.
you were impactful, right? I didn't see a whole lot of softball. I'm not gonna lie, and
Mhm.
obviously, I think in soccer is probably where you saw the most, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So what advice could you give to any player who's looking to kind of replicate what you did? What would that advice be?
I'd say just fall in love with the process. Celebrate little things and be confident in your ability, and also lead on your teammates. Have fun in the game.
Fall in love with the process. I like that. I like that. Can you elaborate on that a little bit? What do you mean by fall in love with the process?
Like, just want to put the work in. You gotta look to be excited to work hard every day and be excited to see your growth and see your development.
So how do you manage those days that you're not excited? Because I imagine you probably don't wake up every day excited for it. There's got to be a day where you're
Yeah.
like, man, I really don't want to do this, but you end up doing it. How do you battle through that?
I think just looking at your accomplishments, kind of going along with celebrating the little things. You gotta remember, the fun parts, the things you love about it. The parts where you have the whole team cheering you on and stuff.
Okay. All right. So as you look forward, right, and you can obviously you've got plenty of time left. This isn't a rush process, right? But as you look forward,
Hmm.
what is the dream? What are you hoping to achieve out of all these sports that you do?
I'd probably the dream, the end after high school. Probably just want to play basketball at the next level. Just get somewhere in good place at college, play some basketball.
And if you could go anywhere, where would that be to do that?
I don't know. I haven't really thought that far ahead, but
That's fair. That's fair. You got plenty of time, so that's okay.
yeah.
So nothing off the top of your head right now. Well, you know what? I'm sure we'll talk with you at some other point, and I'll ask that question again.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
because it's definitely okay if you don't know that. I mean, you're just barely coming into your sophomore year. That's okay. Definitely not a problem
Yeah.
there. I just like to to reach out and blast them with the interview stuff in hopes that they call you guys. So
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Well, that's cool. All right. So, do you have any final thoughts? Oh wait, no, I skipped one of my questions here. Look at me. I I want you to send a message to your team to motivate them for this coming season. When you send this message, I want you to say it with some enthusiasm, some conviction. What is that message? What do you got for them?
Just come back, prove them wrong, Show the underdogs.
Underdogs. Do you feel like you guys are underdogs?
I would say definitely after how, we ended the playoffs a little short. People kind of overlooked.
Okay. Okay. So underdog mentality. I like that. I like that. You heard him.
Mm-hmm.
You heard her. All right. Do you have any final thoughts or anything that you want to add? Maybe that we didn't cover, or anything that you think is important?
Nope, just thanks for having me. It's been great. Just come out and watch some soccer this fall.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, I don't know how I want to do the best that I can to help get you guys some more people out there, but yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I tell you what, you gals
Yep.
go out there and you kick butt, and I think that'll be a lot easier.
Yep. Okay, got it.
Well, hey, listen, thank you for being on the show, Kamry. It's been a pleasure getting to talk with you. I cannot wait to
Yeah, of
see
course.
the things that you do moving forward. Because again, I truly believe you've got all the makings of being a fantastic athlete for your school. Um, yeah, just keep doing you, and I know you'll be successful because it's all there. You got it all. So thank you for doing this. I greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me.
All right. Well, you have a great rest of your night. Okay.
All right, thank you.
All right. Bye bye. All right, everybody. Oh, sorry about that. All right, everybody. Hey, that was Kamry Allen. She's going into her sophomore year, as we already talked about. She really is a phenomenal player. She's got other phenomenal players around her. That soccer team is riddled with younger talent. I cannot wait to get out there and see what they do. Admittedly, I don't know enough of them right now, but I do hope that that's going to change. And it looks like it's going to be a good season for that team moving forward. So do your best, get out there, show some support, show some love. Keep an eye on Kamry. Like she said, keep an eye on Charlotte Lee, Lindsay Orton. Keep an eye out for them as well. And I'm sure we'll be talking to this young lady again because basketball is right after all this anyways, and I know she's going to do great things there. So thank you again, Kamry, for being a part of this. I hope everybody enjoyed it. I hope she enjoyed it, had a good time with it. Yeah, that's all I really got. I hope everybody has a great weekend. We'll be back probably next week. I don't think I'm going to do anything over the weekend. So I hope everybody enjoyed it. Thank you for being here. As always, guys, please take care of yourselves. Please take care of each other. And until next time, I'll see you at the games.